Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden packs? Look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable MUT coins on the market. And don't forget to use code Ferdy at checkout for 5% off. Season 4 of Madden Ultimate Team is here today, and it also does come with title update number 7. And in today's video, we're going to talk about some of the must-have cards through the changes, whether it's the title update or even the AP switch from, you know, the increase in offense, the increase on defense. We're going to talk about kind of what I think the meta is probably going to be gameplay-wise and the cards that you guys should be going after right now. First things first, I want to thank you guys because sometimes I've been, especially recently, I've been busy. I've been reading comments a little bit late, getting to comments a little bit late. So shout out to you guys in the comment section who actually go out of your way to help other people in the comment section. Shout out to you guys for real. That's going to be the shout out for today's video. Everybody that helps in the comment section, like for real, it's honestly amazing, the community we've built here on YouTube, and also, you know, stream wherever we're streaming. Yeah, I really do thank you guys. Before we get started, if you want a chance to be shouted out in the next video, comment how you're using your offensive AP down in the comment section. And of course, if I do miss anything in today's video, let me know down in the comment section as well. Of course, if you are in the 50% of people who watch the videos and are not subscribed, let's change that right now. Head down there, hit that subscribe button, turn those notifications, and of course, let's get started with today's video. Okay, first things first, let's go through the gameplay changes in Madden 24 in general, not just Ultimate Team in general, but of course, if you play Ultimate Team, you're most likely you play Ultimate Team if you're watching this video right now. So this is of course going to affect a couple things in Ultimate Team. The first one is edge threat does get a buff. More animations will be added to the edge threat bag. And the problem with edge threat was, yeah, when you're engaged with a blocker, you just weren't getting those good animations, those fast animations that we were able to get in previous years, where before you're even engaged, you're kind of getting that quick spin or that quick shed, which is now buff. So edge threat actually getting pretty good now. And here are the guys that have it discounted. We're of course going to go back to this page, and we'll talk about that in a second. The next thing I want to talk about is of course this right here, tuning fatigue logic. So defenders who are not dedicated pass rushers will suffer more, which means if you're blitzing your corners or your DBs, there's going to be some more fatigue coming from that. So if you are quarterback blitzing, there's going to be some slight problems there. Straight up like that, there's going to be some slight issues. The main thing that they of course highlight is defensive back blitzes. There's a lot of them, a lot of defensive back blitzes in the game. And now if a tight end or even an offensive lineman picks them up, they're going to be more tired. And that means if you put them back into coverage, they're going to react slower, play slower, you know, you just get pwned in the run game. They're going to get ran over, you know, breaking tackles against those guys, things like that. So, and as you can see right here, it does actually say finesse move and power move does matter as well. So, you know, below 70 gauges in a blocking mismatch where they're outweighed by 90 pounds or more, they will suffer, which normally, you know, pass rushers at this point, they're going to have over 70 power or finesse move, but still, weight is going to play a factor in the pass rush game. So say you still want to blitz off the edge with, you know, with your cornerbacks, use Julius Peppers. Julius Peppers does get secondary cornerback chem, so you actually can put him at cornerback in cornerback blitzes very easily, or you can sub him in, whatever you want to do, but he's 295, 6'7". As far as his finesse move and things go, he'll be okay. He's going to be just fine. We go over here to compare. Then we go over here to his finesse move. Of course, he's a native, you know, he's a pass rusher normally, but he's got 94 finesse moves. So this right here is probably your best bet if you still want to pass rush off the edge with your DBs. This obviously is going to affect regs pretty bad because there isn't a 295 cornerback DB in the game, but in Ultimate Team, Julius Peppers is still super viable because the man is, you know, pretty much an all-in-one golden ticket like card. So he's kind of an anomaly. Some more heavy DBs is 230 Calvin Johnson if you want to go that route, or even Randy Moss at 210, or 210 Ryan McNeil, just to name a couple. As far as heavy pass rushers go, I thought that JJ Watt was the best pass rusher in the game. I think he still is. In my opinion, does get edge threat elite for 2 AP, which is like getting under pressure and edge threat for 1 AP each, which is actually really good. So edge threat, very good ability. Edge threat elite, very good ability. And I just talked about the buff to the ability. And yeah, there's only 2 guys that get it. The next guy is right here, Terrell Suggs. He's 265, 90, still a very good weight for and good speed for a pass rusher. So I wouldn't be surprised if his price does shoot up, because people are gonna realize, like, when I get on MUT today, I'm gonna sell Lawrence Taylor, I'm gonna go get Terrell Suggs. I think that's a great switch. You know, Mario Williams at 292, Reggie White at 291, and Dave Bakhtiari at 310 pounds. All have good weight with decent speed, good pass rush. Like this card's pretty good. So I do like these are the heavier pass rushers. As far as guys that, you know, I'm a little bit afraid for, yeah, it's Lawrence Taylor. You know, 237. comes across the guy who's, you know, we're talking about some good tackles as well you can add to your team to kind of force this finesse on your opponents, or force this fatigue on your opponents. But Lawrence Taylor, 237. I thought he was, you know, a top 2 pass rusher in the game. Pretty big switch here with, with weight mattering for fatigue. So if you notice Lawrence Taylor's not firing like he did the day before, that's why. Also, Harold Carmichael, you're probably not using him off the edge, but if you are, he's pretty much obsolete now. Going to be mainly a 6'1" drop guy, still with good hit power and things like that. But just know if you do blitz him and then drop him into coverage, he's going to be fatigued. He's only 225 out there, pretty much a stick for a pass rusher. Also, future Derek Brooks cards, Nolan Smith's card, Dino's card right here is, only 240. I would say right now, a good rule of thumb is we're trying to get a guy who's at least 250. That's probably what I would say, at least 250. And as far as bad tackles, don't buy Gene Upshaw's next upgrade. He's only 255. So you're not going to want to buy this card because weight does actually matter. Same with John Madden. If you're using John Madden, he's only 260. So you might not be getting that same fatigue hit that you would want to get for your tackles. Guys I do like at tackle, DeJuan Jones now. He's actually one of the heaviest in the game and did just recently get an upgrade. 374 on his weight right there. But pretty decent stats to back it up as well. Also, Orlando Brown just recently got an upgrade too through Campus Heroes 2. He's 263, which is really, really good. Larry Allen, 335, my bad. Lincoln Kennedy, even 335 too. And then Donnell Wright, still a good weight and also has that speed. I love this card. This card is one of my favorites. I've been talking about these Blitzo linemen pretty much all year. So a little rule of thumb, probably at least 325, 330 on offensive linemen. And stay away from some of those future upgrades that I just talked about. Even Anthony Munoz, he's only 280. You know what I mean? Like 280, you're not going to get that good fatigue hit. So if we go back to our first point here with edge threat, Derek Thomas, he's 240. Like he's kind of right at the edge as far as guys I want to use. Micah Parsons, 250-ish, kind of at that fringe. Montez Sweat's still good at 260. So weight does matter now at too tall, 270. So you can still use some of these guys, but Lawrence Taylor maybe not going to be as good as he was before. I still think, when he has full stamina, he's going to play good with edge threat, obviously. But I think Will Anderson's actually like 240. So yeah, as far as guys I would target with the edge threat ability, I like Derek Thomas a lot, obviously. And also Terrell Suggs does, of course, get that 2 AP. Where's Terrell Suggs at? I talked about him with TJ Watt. He does get 2 AP edge threat elite. So yeah, I would try to definitely use him. And now even with an AP increase on defense, you have more room to run edge threat elites and things like that, which you may have not had before. So edge threat, I like it a lot. I would actually, Terrell Suggs, 400K2 is also a very, very good buy. Going back on this right here, Conductor is back. I think I have a Conductor tab saved somewhere in here. I don't know where I put it. Conductor. We have a lot to talk about today, as you guys can see. But now Conductor, it didn't really work that well, but I do know people do use it. There's no discounted options in the game right now, but if you want to use Conductor, it does now work a little bit better, meaning you can, kind of do the quick hot routes, because normally it locks you into one adjustment, kind of before you get to the line of scrimmage. It'll make one adjustment, then you have to wait and make your rest of your adjustments. With Conductor, you're now able to kind of do 2 adjustments, then get to the line of scrimmage, and then you can just go. So yeah, it means twice as fast. This was actually, it wasn't fixed all year until right now. So at least it is fixed. But those are kind of the main things that we're talking about here, and obviously general stability fixes. Who knows what that means? It's pretty much mystery stuff. I've heard some different things about A-gap glitches and things like that have been adjusted. But you don't really know. You don't really know until you play the game for especially on a new patch for at least a month. You don't really know if someone's probably gonna find a good blitz or whatever. But as far as this goes, that's what I want to talk about there. Going over to the offensive AP, you guys saw a lot of things I wanted to talk about, and the first one's RB Apprentice. Now, I don't think much changes for quarterbacks, especially right now. We don't, I'm pretty sure they added, backyard QB into the pool now, which is basically playmaker and hot round master in one, but you still can't stack both those abilities. You can't stack Sephi as well as backyard QB, I believe it's called, right? So RB Apprentice is going to be the move here. All the 1 AP guys that get it. Only a handful of guys do get it, so there you go. Barry Sanders, Reed Archer, Ricky Williams, Christian McCaffrey, Barry Hillis, Austin Eckler if you want to keep those hot routes out of the backfield. For Slot Apprentice, we got Amari Cooper, Tyreek Hill 1 AP, Chris Godwin 1 AP, Rashid Rice 1 AP, AJ Brown 1 AP, so a good group of guys there. For outside, we have a lot more. There's actually 11 of them. Julio, Larry Fitz, all good names. Just to kind of throw in there, 1 AP Apprentice is nice to have. Because you probably couldn't fit it in before, but now you of course can. Another really good ability is Slot-O-Matic, and Slot-O-Matic I do like. It's better than an Elite this year because Elites, yes, it gives you better catching ability, but this pretty much works against any coverage. And the main reason why you want an elite is to beat man coverage. It lights up very well against man coverage. Slide-o-matic's going to light up whenever a guy's in the slot. So, again, less than 10 yards away, he's going to be your short yardage guy. There's only 2 guys in the game that actually do get this discount. It's going to be DJ Moore and Jordan Addison, but still a very underrated ability in my opinion. Of course, Jukebox 1 AP. You weren't using Jukebox before, you should be. Now, I would try to find it on, like, I don't think there's actually any receivers that get it right now. I know there are some QBs that get it, but yeah. If you want to try to work it in 1 AP Jukebox, you know, if you don't know already, juking is the best ball carrier move in the game. Not trucking. Juking's the best. You can make 6 guys miss at one time if you know what you're doing. So Jukebox 1 AP, a lot of value there. Slide-o-matic, already kind of talked about. Mid-out elite. This is good for those wide side corner routes against man-to-man coverage. You have mid-out elite that also works, you know, as far as corner routes on the sidelines, flood concepts, things like that. Here are all your 1 AP guys that do get it. I think Shannon Sharp, one of the most valuable because he's always in the line of scrimmage, right? He always is. And another thing I do want to say is also heavy tight ends are good too. Guys like Gronk that can also run routes. Like Shannon Sharp, maybe not the best example. He's 220, 228. Go to tight ends and sort by weight right here real quick. You're going to see, you know, there's obviously some heavy guys. I think probably Vito will be good. Vito's very good, actually. But Gronk, Darnell Washington, guys like that are going to be good guys off the edge, especially if you do max protect a lot. I usually don't max protect. I rather would just put my 10 on the route and kind of make that read to the flat, which normally you have if someone is completely blitzing you. You can kind of get used to a defense. Also, now gift wrap. So we do have the 0 AP gift wrap guys in the game, but a lot of them, as you're going to see, it's actually in a bucket with Gunslinger. But now, I would say run Gunslinger and run 1 AP gift wrap. I still do think gift wrapped is necessary. And also, by the way, they did raise set feet by 1 AP too. And yeah, our only discounted, I believe, is actually, I think Kyler got a discount. Yeah, Kyler gets a 1 AP discount now. So you could go that route too if you wanted to. But he's obviously expensive with him being an LT today. And he is the only, he's the only discounted set feet league QB in the game right now to 4 AP. So, you know, with an increase, one guy goes down, you know, it's pretty valuable, but no hot route master for Kyler or anything like that. I already talked about Conductor. What else do we got here? We got, okay, so on defense, of course, the defensive cap does go up to 11 AP, meaning that KOs are going to reign supreme, and you want those KOs on the field. So there's only actually 2 deep out KO cards in the game that get it discounted. Or sorry, 3. Ty Law, you obviously can't really get right now. But, you know, getting these, you know, based on what you're running, whether you're running zone or man, just know what you're doing on defense. Kind of notice where certain players are ending up, you know, on defense based on coverages. You know, a lot of the times you can kind of adjust. For me personally, I run a lot of 1 high man coverage, so I would have my safeties with a deep in elite because I run deep in zone KO, which does work very well. Although I run man and zone because they're in a deep zone, obviously. So deep in zone KO great. Even mid in is also great for users as well. And of course, Gronk does get that discounted. Guys like that get that discounted. But again, based on scheme, deep route KO or short route KO if you play man, and then if you're playing zone, I would say deep in or deep out. So that's kind of the whole spiel right for today. Not much really changes besides the pass rush, and again, who really knows how much they've adjusted these things. But if you are a heavy cornerback blitzer, definitely gonna want to be using at least Julius Peppers on one of those guys for sure, because he will basically take no fatigue. It's like he's a normal pass rusher that can also drop into coverage. I think he's probably gonna go up in price once people who are cornerback blitzers realize this. It's gonna be a big deal. And probably you maybe already are using him as a cornerback edge rusher or whatever the case is. So that's kind of the whole spiel. You want to make sure you have those KOs because basically every card, maybe not every card yet, but a lot of the cards, even medium route K I don't love, but it does work. That's why it's not on here. But I think mid in is probably the big ability. If we go to like Gronk, for example, that's probably the big one I didn't really touch on in this video. But if we go right here to abilities, we go to mid zone KO. There's a bunch of guys that get it, usually linebackers, and on your user, there's definitely pros to it because, you know, you're controlling them. You just run over to the guy who catches the ball. Even if you're a little bit late, as long as you make contact, you're still able to trigger that KO. So I would say KOs if you're playing zone, which that doesn't really change much. Most likely you were already doing that, but now more players can get them, and in order to fit enough in, I just wanted to show you some of the guys that do get it discounted. So yeah, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. You guys like the new changes? I know season 4 sucks. Don't get me wrong, the rewards are just god awful. It's bad, honestly. A lot of the cards we got are fringe top tier at their position from cards that came out a month ago. So, and keep in mind, you're not gonna be able to see a lot of these cards for another month and a half, most likely. So I know me personally, I'm not going to be going out of my way for any of these cards. I will not be going out of my way. I just will not be. Especially after last season, what happened with Barry and Mike Vick. I'm good. I'm going to enjoy. I'm going to go touch grass. I'm going to enjoy my days out here. So, of course, as always, if you are new here, the subscribe button, turn on notifications. And as always, I will see you boys in the next one.